Hi. Sorry for the long wait. It's just so silent. It is 8 in the morning, okay? I have my hair dyed green, so. Meant to be with green. Why? Just the options I had, okay? That's just how it is. Okay. We're just gonna be redoing Unexpected Rescue because I did not finish that one as far as I remember. Okay. I am seeing how it looks on the freaking camera. Okay, now this side is curled. This, I don't know, my hair is weird. Okay, alright. Expecting to rescue. They were sticking with me a lot of fucking swearing. A lot of swearing. And, well, death. Breakthroughs and death. And a lot of things. Okay, alright. So be warned of that, just warning you. Okay. This really shouldn't take long. I broke it up into two. Okay. Should take 22 minutes. This first one. Sorry. But here we go. With the first chapter, Rescue. I'm not saying this loud enough, am I? Okay. Whatever. She noted through the narrow alleyways, heart pounding as Protection Society closed in on her. All because she wasn't fit to be one of their so-called heroes. Oh, tragedy. Her ability to manipulate blood made her a threat too unpredictable. A threat too unmanageable for the world, and they wanted her erased. Bullets tore through the air, zipping past her as she ran. The strain of using her powers. Her power was catching up to her. Her legs seized and the pain spreading like wildfire, and she collapsed, her muscles locking up. Keep your head down. Someone shouted. I'm not doing that because it is silent. I know that my brother and father are very much heavy sleepers, but still not doing that. I'm not doing like a full-on shout. Oh, itchy. Right. Jean laid flat, just as a wave of intense heat surged above her, followed by the agonized screams of her pursuers. When he faded, she dared to look up. A man stood before her, burn scars etched into his face, his blue eyes gold, an energy of sympathy. His ragged clothes were worn, black leather jacket slung over his shoulders. I should probably should say. Why is it so freaking bright now? Okay. Shoulders like an after that. I keep having the urge to smile because that's just what I do when I'm nervous. Okay. Get up. Let's go. He ordered. She shook her head weakly. I can't. My legs. They're numb. Ugh. And let out a annoyed groan. What am I doing? Okay. We're striding over and unceremoniously hauling and tossing her over. I just did that. Okay. His shoulder. As if she weighed nothing. I keep wanting to laugh. I don't know. This is what I do. Okay. Seriously, this is how you carry people? She muttered, her voice just weak. You're welcome, but for saving your life and shit. But sure, keep complaining. Before Jean could utter a retort, her vision blurred and exhaustion swallowed her whole. Meaning she passed out. She passed, essentially. The man felt her body go limp. Sighing as a portal opened up beside him, he stepped through it into a safe house. Two people around the couches looked at him in surprise as he walked in, while closing behind him. Ah! Please, you want someone back? And they're not dead this time? The first person asked, coloring their voice. His ground. No, she just fainted. And that was one time. One time. The woman closed the magazine in her hand. You managed to bring them back alive. You usually burn them alongside the protection signs, you bastards. This is so new for you. Shit. There's a rolled his eyes. Well, she has a blood manipulation kind of power, and I saw her use it on the Protection Society bastards. No one set up an segment. Did you just say she could control blood? Okay. This grandmother, I shouldn't have told you. Shouldn't have said anything. She audibly groaned. As she didn't wake up. No. Oh, she's alive. Oh, thank God. First person said, leave. Please just... Yeah, I'm taking her to my room. And you need to walk away. Huh? Why can't you leave me? I'm a woman, hello. The woman asked. Lady stopped his chair and looked at her. No, Tasha, I don't trust you. You have a whole knife collection in your room, and I don't want to know what you would do to this girl. Lady said. Tasha just scoffs. I wouldn't dare to do anything. Thing to her. You're delusional. And you're a psycho. Definitely just split each other off. Tasha groaned, picking up her magazine again. What about me? Can you stay with me? The first person asked excitedly. Jean, baby. Please clean up your room first. Your room is a disaster. Tasha said. Jean groaned and slumped onto the couch. Blaze sighed and carried Jean down the dimly lit hallway, his footsteps heavy on the creaking wooden floor. He could still hear Jean and Tasha bickering behind him. Their voices growing fainter as he made his way towards his room at the end of the corridor. End of the hallway. Okay. The door creaked open, and Lily stepped inside, laying Jean down on the bed. For a moment, he stood there, looking at her, his mind racing with questions. Blood manipulation. He'd seen it before, but never up close. Never up close like that. The way she ran herself against them, like the society was wrong, defiant. Unrefined, dangerous, but effective. Blaze pulled up a chair from the corner of the room. Why does he have a chair in the room? I don't know. He just does. Leaning back with a sigh. The girl was trouble. No doubt about it. American society didn't come after just anyone. I just realized something. He sits down in a chair. But then I have him pacing around the room, questioning why he saved. Okay, let's just pretend he got back up again. Blaze stood up again, pacing around the room as he questioned himself on why he saved her. I feel like I need to fix that, but I don't know how. Okay. I just said, never mind. Okay. Ugh. Now I kind of regret saving this girl. Her ability seems useful, but without a certain context, I can't tell if it really is. He muttered to himself. Gee, Ron, her face stretching in pain. No, it's nothing. Leave me alone. She shouts this, by the way. The leave me alone part. But again, not gonna do that. I'm not disturbing my brother or my father. Okay, alright. Blood veins spread throughout the room, creating a cracking pattern of crimson. Oh, that's creepy. Led said, looking around the room. He shook his head and turned his head back to Chi, taking hold of her hand. Hey, you're okay now. You're safe. I do this because this is the first time he's feeling this way. Calm down. Jane slowly began to relax, the blood veins retreating back to her. She returned to a calm sleep. He sighed in relief. That was unexpected. Seems like I got my contact. Wow. Blaze. I just said Blade. Eat Blaze. Okay. Wipe a bead of sweat from his brow as the last crimson vein dissolved back to Chi's body. It came out of her hand, kind of thing. Okay. His hand tingled as he pulled away from her, as if the blood itself tried to latch onto him. Definitely dangerous, was a thought of his. He thought, slumping back in the chair, the bed. He watched her for a moment. Her face now relaxed and peaceful, a stark contrast to the chaos she had just unleashed. Her power was volatile, an unstable force that could either protect or destroy, depending on her control. The door creaked open and Tasha walked in with Jean right behind her. What happened in here? I heard the poor girl shout, Tasha said, nice running hand through his hair. Well, the girl had a nightmare and a power spiraled and almost turned my room into a bloodbath. Literally. Tasha raised an eyebrow. I can't do that. And Jane's eyes went wide. What? Well, Kana and Thomas are back in a minute. You need to tell them that this really is here before Thomas throws a fit. Tasha suggested, looking at the girl on his bed. Okay. No, Lake's standing up and moving the chair back to its original place. You could tell him because I don't care. Tasha looked at him angrily. Oh, hell no. You're the one who brought her back. It's to be your responsibility to tell them. Tasha scoffed. Blaze just shrugged again. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm going to bed. Bye. He said, shutting them out of his room and closing the door in their faces. Fuck you, you flaming asshole. And Tasha shouted again, not doing that. Yeah. Fucking you blood-loving bitch. Blaze responded. Tasha grabbed one and stormed off. Jean chuckled nervously. Good night, Blaze. Good night, Jean. He's much softer with Jean than with Tasha. It's just their dynamic. Alright. Jean sighed and headed to his room. Blaine pulled out my mattress from under his bed and flipped onto it. I don't know why I haven't done that, but either way. Okay. He looked at Michi, still in a deep, peaceful sleep. I hope you don't make me regret saving your ass. He mumbled. He got comfortable and went to sleep. And straight to the next morning, Blaine was in the kitchen making breakfast. Tasha was on the couch, reading her magazine, while Gene was on the opposite one, playing on his phone. And back in Blaine's room, G had woken up, confused, a bit dizzy. Where am I? Oh, where's the man that saved me? She muttered. She swung her legs off the bed, feeling they were no longer numb. She got out of bed, leaving the room and heading down the hallway to the living room. Tasha looked up from the magazine. The couch where she's on, it kind of looks into the hallway. Like, okay, so she sees her right away. Okay, not. Tasha looked up from a magazine and saw Chi approaching. Hey, you're awake. You've been out for a while. Tasha said, setting her magazine aside on the coffee table. She gently waved to her, still trying to shake off the exhaustion. Gene popped out from around the corner with a cheerful "Hello," causing Gene to flinch. Okay, hold on. Okay, I am not on Golden Dogs, by the way. I normally okay. Gene, you just scared the poor girl. She just woke up. Tasha said. Gene looked at Tasha and then banged Chi with a big smile. Sorry about that. Gene, what's your name? Gene asked, extending his hand for her to shake. Chi, a bit hesitant, shook his hand. I'm Chi. Aww. Chi is such an adorable name, Gene said, going to the couch that Tasha was sitting on. Oh, thank you, Gene, she said, sitting down with Tasha. Gene giggled and sat down on the opposite couch. Don't worry about Gene. He's just a baby boy. He means no harm. Tasha reassured her. Gene nodded. Well, it's good to meet you guys. Tasha giggled, chuckled, whatever. You too. I'm Tasha, by the way. Oh, that's a beautiful name, she said. Oh, you're so sweet. Tasha sighed, just should have touched. You're so sweet. Just a moment, she said. Nice, she's awake. And she's actually shouting this, and that's not what I'm gonna be doing, like, not full on shouting. Okay. She looked at her, confused. It's Blaze. Anytime. He's the one that saved you, honey. Tasha said. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. As if in cue, Blaze walked down the kitchen, drying his hand with a washcloth. Good, you're awake. We need to talk, but that'll be after breakfast, which is to be ready in a bit. I said, just nodded. Blaze looked at Tasha and Gene to see their smug faces. Yeah. If you haven't guessed by now, Blaze is a very cold-hearted person. Until he met Chi. So, Okay. What? Blaze asked, annoyed. Sasha shrugged. Nothing. You just came out way fast. I mean, first you save her, and then you come out so fast when you hear she's awake. Something's different about you. Oh my gosh. And she nodded in agreement. Yeah, it's weird. What's going on? Louise rolled his eyes and went back to the kitchen. Hang tight. Don't mind Blaze. He's always a grumpy ass. Jian. He seems a bit sweet. Tasha. Tasha and Jean looked at each other. They do that at the same time. Tasha looked back at she, placing a hand on her arm. I don't know about sweets. For Blaze, I mean, girl, he literally incinerates people. Tasha said. But he did save me while incinerating people, but that's a minor detail. It's a minor detail, but she clearly says here. I don't know why. Jason, Tasha and Jean look at each other again and say, "Oh, that's true." They say that at the same time, by the way. So, truthfully, you're the first person he has saved in the last 3 years. 3! And that was me. Oh wait, that was Jean. Okay. Jean said, yeah, I was the first and last person he saved from 3 years ago. Yeah, Tasha said. Jean tilted her head. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, it really is. First time in 3 years, not long. But knowing Blaze, it's practically rare for him. They continued to talk when someone else walked in, shaking off sleep. You'll know who this is. They rubbed their eyes, noticing she sitting on the couch. Who is she and where the fuck did she come from? They asked. Tasha pulled she into a hug. This is she. Isn't she adorable? Oh, and Blaze was the one that brought her here. She said, giving she a small squeeze. The person think rubbing their temple with the Why? Why didn't he tell me? It would have been good to know before now, they asked. Tasha said, I told him to tell you, but Blaze being Blaze doesn't do what he's told. The person groaned. Of course, he never does. It's Blaze. Always rebellious. Anyways, that's not Missy likes to think later here. Tasha told she, Thomas, I do not. I know my place. Tasha raised her eyebrows, gesturing her eyes at her. Okay. There are times, but it's not all the time, Thomas said. Well, it's good to meet you, Thomas. Yeah, you too. I'm going to talk with Blaze for a moment. Thomas walked up into the kitchen, and in the kitchen was Blaze, flipping pancakes when he walked in. Hey, so when were you going to tell me about Jean? Thomas asked. I shrugged. I had no intention of telling you since you noticed her already. Just not that hard to miss. Thomas groaned. I mean, before I noticed her, okay, she seems pretty sweet, but a little heads up would have been nice. he said, crossing his arms. Blaze stopped and then continued with the pancakes. Continue making pancakes. You're giving me the child treatment now. Let's point it out. Blaze looks over at Thomas. You're always annoying me. It's not like she's been here for a week. I saved her ass last night. Listen, Thomas was trying to wrap his head around the info. Wait, you saved her. Tasha did not tell me that. Okay, something is different about you right now. Just leave me alone, I said. Thomas rolled his eyes and just left the kitchen. Blaze was left in silence, with only the sound of sizzling from the skillet, not realizing G had now walked into the kitchen. Blaze? G spoke softly. G softly spoke. Blaze looked at her with a softer expression. Oh, hey. What do you want? He asked. He chewed on her bottom lip. I wanted to check on you. When you and Thomas were talking, I sensed your blood pressure go up even though you were hiding it. Are you okay? She asked. Blaze looked at her with a raised eyebrow. And then chuckled. Is sensing blood pressure part of your blood manipulation power? Chico. Yeah, there are many uses of blood manipulations. Kind of like this. She used her power to flip a pancake. Well, that's impressive, I said. Thanks. Technically, I can manipulate any liquid, but the reason it's called blood manipulation is because blood works better. Is because I work better with blood more than other liquids. And if I connect my blood to a solid object, then I can control that object. Jay explained. Listen, that's cool. So back to the question of, are you okay? She asked. Let's go. Continue to flip the pancakes. I'm fine, he said. You're good. Your friends are saying that you're acting differently. What do they mean? She asked. Are you sure? I don't know. They're idiots. They say you're cold, which is true when you saved me, but now you're... Dang? So, I'm always calm in the morning. And here, he gets me calm. Can't read that fresh. Whatever. I beg to differ. Someone entered. Blaze was startled and flipping a pancake on the skillet. But she saved it, the power, and put it back on the skillet. The person was a woman. Black hair cut to her chin. Her brown eyes looking between Blaze and she. She was in a black bra and gray sweatpants. Fuck! Connor, don't do that! And for the love of God, put her in a shirt! Because again, she's not wearing a shirt. Blaze said. Connor rolled her eyes and strolled over to the coffee maker. Oh, calm down. This is the first time I've shown up in my barrel. Blaze ground. It's just not the appropriate time to walk in like that. Oh, dude, I've been standing by the door for at least the last 5 minutes of you two talking. And there's a cat meowing. Great. Cool. Blaze scowled, clenching his fist. This woman frustrates me. Blaze said to Jason, nodded. I am currently very itchy. I can see that. Relax, she means well. He said, rubbing his arm. They sighed, relaxing at Chase's couch, which this is one. Connor raised an eyebrow, starting for words. The scene in front of her. You have never calmed down when I tell you to, and then you bring her here, and you calm down in an instant. What is going on with you? Connor asked. Laser rolled his eyes. It's none of your business, he replied coldly. Connor rolled her eyes and walked out of the kitchen. And this dude. Didn't even notice. Alright, hold on. Peter wanted to die. Breakfast is ready, Molly shouted. Connor! Then a loud groan as she stomped back in the kitchen. Fuck you, she shouted. Again, not doing that because... Yeah, alright. Cheever snickered. Oh, I just love doing that to you, Connor. Oh, that's sarcastically. You really like to get a kick out messing with me, jerk. Thomas, Tasha, and Jean came into the kitchen. Here's an interesting thing. Thomas, give me my sweatshirt back. Because the gray sweatshirt he was wearing, okay. My freaking nose likes to be itchy. He's wearing Connor's sweatshirt. Thomas is wearing her shirt. Thomas groaned as he took off the gray sweatshirt he was wearing. You need to wear a fucking shirt in the morning, Thomas commented. I don't care. I like to sleep without a shirt. Sometimes I'm not wrong, but at least I remember to put that on in the morning. Connor retorted as she put the sweatshirt on. And then a few cakes, toast, eggs, bacon on the plate, and sat down on the table. So, gee, tell us about yourself. Tasha suggested. Gee, how do not? Just then, Blaze handed her the serum. Oh, thank you, she said. Connor was in absolute disbelief with Blaze's behavior around Chase since he has never gotten the tip for anyone. What is with you? This is seriously the most confusing thing ever. Connor said. This girl, oh, please shut up. I mean, seriously, what is going on with you? Pretty sure this is Thomas. Yeah. This is the first time you've seen. First time in 3 years you've actually brought someone here. Alive, if I may add. And now you're a different person, Thomas added, as she passed the syrup to him. I can't lie, there's something you saw in her that made you safe her. I know for a fact it wasn't her blood manipulation, Joshua said. She nodded in the room. Yeah, but the question is, what do you see in her? Can everyone just drop it? I'm just being nice, so what? So what? So what? The problem is you've never been nice. You are never nice, Blaze. Then you just happen to stumble upon her. Chase my BS. Bastards. BS is the protection side of me. And you just saved her? And now you're being nice to her? not good enough. Please roll his eyes. Okay. Give me all the max now. I understand something has changed in Blaze, and I don't know why myself. But I think it's best to let him reveal it in his own time. And she said, thank you. At least it's gonna have some common sense. They said, looking over at Kana. Kana huffed. You did not just say that. I will punch you in the fucking face. Blaze rolled his eyes. Yeah, I'd love to see you try. Kana grumbled and threw a punch at Blaze, but he caught her fist. I don't know if someone could do that better than me. Let's try better moves. Blaze said, releasing Kana's fist. Kana groaned and went on eating her breakfast. I don't know. The group remained silent, tension still in the air. After breakfast, the group got ready and headed out into the city. They went in disguise. So, what are we exactly doing? She asked quietly. It's a bit of pickpocketing, some cash. Yeah, pickpocketing, some cash, and maybe a bit of murder, arson, something more sinister. Yeah, I didn't think of mine. Okay. She processed the information, placing her hand on Blaze's arm. Blaze didn't react to her touch. He just let her hold his arm. Do people even notice their wallets are gone? She asked, her voice loud. I smirked. Look at these people. He pointed out the line of people waiting at a crosswalk on their phones. I would say this is pretty much a real life problem, isn't it? I don't know. Don't question me. I don't go out much. They're distracted in their own little worlds. Never pay attention to anything. You try getting along. She took a deep breath and with a light wish, he successfully got a wallet from the young man. That was on his phone. Completely spacing out. There we go. She whispered, holding up the wall. Please chuckled and took the wallet. Open it up and take the cash inside. Took the cash. Cat. The key doesn't take the cash, not the cards. People can report the cards stolen, but the cash can never be proven to be stolen. Blaze handed the wallet back to Jean, and she returned it back to the young man's back pocket. Blaze and she smiled at each other, mutual understanding passing between them. It was exhilarating. She said, her voice barely containing the rush of adrenaline. Blaze chuckled. Well, it was your first time doing something illegal. It's bound to feel like a thrill. He nodded, still buzzing from the experience. Kana and Thomas are a few feet away from them. Kana and Thomas are observing too from a small distance, a few feet, with growing confusion. He just taught her how to steal. He allowed her to hold his arm. The last time that happened, which is with Tasha, he can make Tasha's hand off. This is confusing. What has happened? What happened? Kind of mother. Sorry. Thomas nodded. Yeah, this is officially rude for him. Tasha and Jane joined them. When we look around, Tasha asked. Cotton pointed to Jane Blaze. Tasha and Jean looked at them and were surprised. Oh wow, this is new. This is very new. Tasha said. Jean nodded. Yeah, so new for Blaze. Yeah, conversation was cut short when someone started shouting, "Where is my fucking wallet? Someone stole my fucking wallet." Again, shouting, ain't doing that. I've said enough. The group looked over at a middle-aged man, raging at the fact that his wallet was gone. He was interrogating the people around him, but the people just shook their heads. They sighed in frustration. That bastard is annoying. Responding to other people about his wallet. He never pays attention anyways. It's too easy. Jihan. Seeing how the other people were afraid of him, using her blood manipulation, she closed the valve in his heart, causing a heart attack. The man collapsed, clutching his chest, gasping for air. The people around him began to panic and calling for help. This distraction gave the group time to slip away from the scene. Tasha skipped aside. How did you do that? How did you make that guy have a heart attack? Chicken. I just constricted a valve in his heart and boom, a heart attack. Okay, I'm letting you know that was awesome. Connor said. She smiled, feeling like she belonged to them. I'll be honest, I've been urging to burn that man. They said. Thomas, you're always intending to burn someone or something. They continued around the city, causing more subtle trouble. After about 30 minutes, the group took a break at a restaurant. Oh, this was a fun day. Tasha said with a sigh. Listen, yeah. You did well to me. Oh, that was nice. He looked at... Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. He looked at you. You did well today. Thank you. It was nice to do something new, she said. The ladies and gentlemen, their food came out. They had ordered. Okay, never mind. Oh, yes! Tasha said, clapping her hands. They can eat their food while planning their next move. I say we go to the market and get more cash. Tasha said, leaning in them. They rolled his eyes. Nah, we should do something more exciting. Like burning someone. Or he looked at you again. I think he's on a heart attack. Jihan, how about we do both? Definitely, I did not do that. Oh, shit. That's exciting. And we get more cash, he suggested. Oh, yeah. That's a compromise I can get behind. Yeah. Did. Okay. Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. Gosh. Yeah. Jane and Tasha can do the stealing, and Jane Blaze can do the killing as a distraction. Thomas said. Blaze and Jane just smiled at each other. As well, I do here. They said, You're Gosh, I just like giving him a hug. You can chuckle. I know I make the best ideas for everyone's comfort. Oh, this is so good. Okay. Fuck. Alright. After they ate, Blaze put down a few meals on the table, and the group left the restaurant. They continued on their way to the market, planning on how they could steal money and create a distraction. This is going to be the best day ever. Tasha Ray bouncing with excitement. I can't wait to make someone scream as they turn to ash. They said, a small flame flickered in his hand before it closed and snuffed it out. Jenkins has his arm. Lord, to see someone collapse from a heart attack. Unaware what's happening in the shadows. They smirked. You get that, he said. They arrived in the market. Bustling people and vendors, smell of fruits and vegetables, meat and fragrances wafted in the air. Some people were trying to haggle prices with the vendors, most not being successful. The groups around the crowd, looking for people with the most money. Oh, there's so many essential snacks here. She whispered excitedly, bouncing silently. Please, Lady smacked her on the head. Ow. Hush. If someone hears us, then we're in trouble. Out of the ground and a fight. Sorry, I'll keep it down. The group surrounded. Each pretending around the stalls while keeping their eyes shut for wealthy-looking people. She stayed close to these, overwhelmed by the crowd around. Meanwhile, Connor and Thomas. Gosh, how did I mistake? Kept an eye out for any potential threat or nosy bystanders. Jean strolled by a jewelry booth, feigning interest in the sparkling necklaces and rings. He glanced back at Tasha, who was already tailing a distracted woman, clutching a designer bag of flowing with wealth. He smiled and gave her a subtle nod of encouragement and then turned back to the vendor. Lazily slowed, leaning closer to Chi, his voice low. You see that man over there? He pointed discreetly at a stout merchant at the far side of the market, his money pouch hanging in the sales waist. Yeah, what do we do? She nodded. Yeah, what do we do? Blaze smirked. Watch and learn. Isn't it like the third time Blaze has smirked? Because I think I made him smirk a little too much. I don't know, you tell me. Watch and learn. He approached the man who snapped casual lid deliberate. As he brushed past, his fingers flicked out, then pouch without breaking his stride. He goes back to Chi and tossed the pouch to her. Your turn, he said. The vendor with the sack of cash on the table. You would think you could snag a few bills without him noticing. This is where the kind of liquid manipulation comes in. Well, do the. Now, cheese smokes. Of course I can. Do you have a drink I can use? Chance Blair was raising my eyebrow and checks the box. Nope. Now I'm curious, why do you need a drink? You'll understand when I have a drink with me. And then random. And this is gonna be a question. Just then a woman approached him holding a cup. Excuse me, sorry to intrude. Can you hold my drink real quick? Yes, I handed the cup to Chi. Rejecting skepticism. I don't know where I can look, but it's just convenient timing. You're trusting two complete strangers to watch you drink while you go somewhere for what reason? She questioned. The woman chuckled like, I just need to go to the bathroom and I'll be right back. They're just the most intimidating people I see, and I just think you two are the best. It's a mess. No, I have to go. Where am I? Bye. She rushes off. And then grandma got another word. Jean looked at Blaze and shrugged. This will do, she said, walking off towards the vendor. I really hope she doesn't come back for it. Oh, me too. Me too. Raising the glasses and like, cheers motion. She walked closer to the vendor's booth, before tripping out herself on her feet, purposely. The drink smelled all over the table and the vendor. Okay. Jean got off playing off like it was an accident. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so clumsy. I tripped over my reed. She feigned innocence. Thinking of a tower. Over her hand, over the stack of cash. The vendor grabbed wiping the drink off of himself. Watch where you're going, dumbass. Can't you wash your drink? He grumbled angrily, shoving her away. She backed off, hands up, and walked feet. I'm sorry again. And with that, she grabbed the crumbling paper cup and walked away. She crossed his arm and looked at her with her gracious look. Where's the motor? Yes. She giggled and with a flick of her wrist, a fan of green colored glass fastened to her hand. This is like the first time. I don't know. Okay, I'm impressed. The bear walked away from the gift. How did you manage to get the cash without him noticing? I thought it was still on the table. They said. She tossing the cup into the trash as they walked by. I copied the Bill's using drink that spilled the table. And with the cash shoved the moisture, I was able to absorb it into my bloodstream. But the illusion of it so told her, so we need to go. Blaze looked over his shoulder while putting his arm around Chi. And I agree with. Let's go. Quickly around. Walked in and green meeting spot. The place wasn't as crowded as the market. A few smokers and a few shy people, but they couldn't mind their own business. G coughed. Why do people smoke? Not that warning of smoke. Okay. Shit. I did that a little too late. Okay. The girl should be cool. Blaze responded, snatching the smoker's cigarette out of his mouth. Hey. The smoker squeaked, standing up. Blaze turned the cigarette into ash, glancing over the smoker. Get out of here. He said firmly but tame, when the smoker made no effort to move. He opened his hand, letting the ash fall from his hand. Now, he said with more force, the flames engulfing his hand. Engulfed his hand. The smoker and okay, come on, jeez, man, he said, slowly backing away. He soon disappeared in the crowd. The place died down as Blaze left. She took a deep breath. Thanks for that. I never liked the smell of cigarettes. She said. Me either. I was gonna leave either way. They said. She told her I had raised an eyebrow. Really? You struck me as a smoker. Tried it before. Didn't end well. They said, crossing his arms. Jingle, what happened? Tell me the story, she prodded. Blaze rolled his eyes, with a hint of amusement. tried lighting a cigarette with a fire, but you have no control of it and end up with a scar within a second. He pointed to the scar. That's it, and the corner of his mouth went down to his neck. She told him her head and she inspected the scar. So that's how you got that scar? How old were you? How did you get the cigarette? More details than that. This is where I was the young teenage smoking. And with an adult giving these cigarettes kind of thing. Alright, we're going to bed. Please check on them before you respond. Tasha and Jean joined them. Hey, we don't know now. Blaze and Jean looked at them. Oh. How Blaze tried smoking out the scar. She's been pointing to the scar. Oh, Jean and Tasha draw bleeding in. Tell us the story, we want to hear it too. Jean said, Tasha, no, please, fine. When I was 14, my uncle handed me a cigarette. I tried to light it with my fire. I had no control over it. With the power of it, it ended up burning my face. Thanks. And you never tried smoking after that? Tasha asked. I swore to myself I wouldn't do that again, and when I learned what happened to your lungs after smoking... Oh, you care about your health, Jean commented. Tasha, now, please, Lisa said and raised an eyebrow. Seriously, of course I do. I don't take you guys as well. You once forced me to eat vegetables, Tasha said. Yeah, because you needed to eat vegetables. Also, I made you exercise. Let's counter. You make me brush my teeth every night, Jean said. Please, if we're going to commit a crime, we need to be the best, especially when we're running from the police. Before any of them could respond, Connor ran over with Thomas in her arms. She's carrying him. We gotta go. Police and police officers are here. Instead, snapping her fingers, which opened the portal. Jean and Tasha were the first to run into the portal, followed by Blaze and G. Please, put me down, Thomas said. What's it ass? Never mind. Connor looked around, checking for anyone around. Nope, not now, she responded. Oh, went through the portal. The room was now back at the safe house. Breathing a sigh of relief, Connor said, thumbs down on his feet. Thank you. Didn't you have to pick me up as soon as you saw the police protection side of the officers? Yes, Connor crossed her. Yes! I didn't want them noticing us. We wanted criminals. Didn't you forget that? Thomas said. Oh, he replied. Connor shook her head and walked away. That was a close call. She said, listen, here. Connor can be quicker than forward, but when it comes to running from the police and police officers, yet she always has to pick me up when she sees them. I can't understand why, Thomas said, flopping down on the couch. Thomas, you're a slow runner. The last time we had run from the police FPS officer, you nearly got caught. So Connor took myself to make sure that doesn't happen again, Tasha said. Thomas groaned. It's embarrassing what she does. I hate it. Yeah, Connor shouted from the kitchen. I would if you would stop picking me up. Thomas shouted back. Connor groaned loudly. Shut up. You will never get faster. She shouted. But if you like that, she knows. Okay. They started walking down the hall. Ran away and down the hall. Jane noticed as Thomas and Connor began to fighting. She followed him back to his room. Do they do that a lot? She asked, looking back at the living space where the fighting echoed from. They said, yeah, they feel like this every time. Thomas mentions. Connor picking it up. He's so embarrassed. Was that he can't accept her picking up like he's a princess. He should accept it. He'll never accept the reality. Connor's scooping up. Lee laughed. Yeah, she'll never stop no matter how Thomas complains about it. Alright, Connor is stubborn. She can never stop no matter what. She said, following Blaze into his room and popping down the bed. Blaze jumped on her. She shut the door. Yeah, she tends to be like that. No one can never really convince her to do anything she doesn't want to. Okay, I did split this up into 2 chapters. And we're still in an hour, but it doesn't matter. This one shouldn't really take long. I hope. 18 minutes, okay. Anyway, here's chapter 2, villain meeting. She leaned back against the bed, and a hand behind her head, the other on her stomach, staring up at the ceiling. There was a bit of silence, except for the rustling of clothes as Blaze changed his clothes. Blaze noticed her just staring at the ceiling like it was interesting. He chuckled as he tied his sweatpants tight. You're staring. And still talking, he said. She sighed. Yeah, well, I'm bored. She said, sitting up and seeing Blaze without a shirt on. Why am I doing this? I don't. Okay. She scrunched her face. As she knows he had abs. I didn't think he would have abs. They sold him up. His hand on the dresser. What do you take me as? He asked. She shrugged. Just a skinny, fire-happy man. I never thought you were an exercising person. They stood there with an offended look on his rolling outside. I can't believe you. You take me as someone who doesn't work out. I care about my health, and I made that clear back in the market. He said. I know, but she began. I just don't see it. But he's grown. Picking up a pillow by the door. Fuck you. Throws it at her. It lightly thudded against her face. As she laughed, she took the pillow and threw it back. Macy caught it easily. I'm sorry. It's just you don't seem like that kind of person. She's back. Ladies around her eyes tossing fell back at she. Yeah, shut it. He grabbed the black chair and pulled it over his head. Went down and adjusted it. Like no person. He walked up to his bed and popping down on it, the springs squeaking underneath him. She stared at him with a smirk. No one, she asked. They shrugged and then shoved her off his bed and onto the spare mattress. Jean looked up at it in surprise. What the hell was that for? Lance laid down on his bed, hand behind his head. Oh, what? You thought I was gonna let you sleep in my bed again? You let me sleep there when you brought me here. So kind of, she said. I smiled and chuckled. Yeah, alright. That was a long time only. I survived down there, he said. She groaned for now. I flopped down on the mattress. You're so mean, even though you've been so nice to me all day. Your friend said it was nice. That it was weird for you to be nice, she said. His rolled his eyes and yacked towards the bed. He said, and just then... Hold on. Okay. Just then, Tasha busted into the room. Not yet, she shouted. What do you mean, not yet? It's late, and I wish to go to sleep. Tasha, they said. Tasha again. They surrounded the room loudly and turned on his side. And to the side. Fuck. She looked confused. What is that? Oh my god, we should dress you up. This meeting, Tasha said excitedly. Blaze quickly sat up. No. No way in hell are you doing that? Tasha, you're no fun. She doesn't look totally badass for the meeting. They shook his head. No, your definition of badass is sports bra, tiny shorts, and with the frog down jacket over his shoulder. There's no way she's wearing that. I was just like, why not? She would look so badass. She went, Tasha, it's the middle of November. Which is crazy. It's the end of November right now. Really. Either way, during the night, the temp is low. Freezing. His forehead for the second. Tasha got into her head. You and Kana and she are not gonna wear resume clothes in the middle of winter. During the autumn, Kana shouted from down the hall. Don't care. They shouted back. Wait. Gaze is flipping between. Tasha and Blaze growing more confused. Can someone please explain what this villain meeting is to me? Please. It's a meeting between criminal factions. Just said with a shock. It's grown. It's always a night I hate it. Can you guys get ready now? Thomas shouted. Joshua leaned her back, head back to see Thomas and gave him a thumbs up before snapping back to Blaze and G. Okay, then give her some of your old clothes or something. I was only kidding about dressing her up in real clothing. It was just to prank you. Just so you know. Blaze glared at her. I hate you so much. I apparently can't do an angry. Connor walked over to the door. Come on, Blaze. You know we're not that stupid to wear revealing clothes in November. She said. Then looked at Chi. Honey, I got some old coats you could use today. So before we leave, you can sift through them and find one you like. Thanks, Connor, she said. And walked off. Alright, get ready. We'll be at the front door. Josh said, closing the door. Please took a deep breath. Alright, let's do this. Said, getting out of bed. Junior sat up on the spare mattress and then got up. Blaze walked over to the dresser and opened the bottom drawer. He pulled out a black, skull designed shirt, pants, and a leather jacket. Here, he's on. I'll grab a warm coat before we leave. The leather jacket's not enough for me. City's all leather. They said, and the clothes over to Chi. Oh, okay. Thank you, please. She said. Blaze rolled his eyes and put on his leather jacket. Yeah, just get dressed. He said, leaving the room and closing the door behind him. She sighed and undressed, adorned the shirt, pants, and jacket. The smell of roses surprised she when she smelled it. She looked into the jacket and saw a pocket on the right side. She reached inside the pocket and pulled out a small fact. fabric sweater, zephyr, and smelled like the roses. I wonder where this came from, but I won't mess with it, she muttered, putting the square back in the pocket. She walked down the room and headed to the front door. Oh, there she spotted the groom, Jean wearing all cozy black. Tasha was in a tan waistcoat, pink flowers, some full scarf, gloves, and black pants. Thomas was in a black and navy blue jacket, dark pants, hands stuck inside the pockets of the jacket. Connor was in a gray hoodie and sweatpants. Oh, there you are, sweetheart. Connor said when she noticed. Grabbing a heavy basket of coats. Here, pick out whatever you like. Whatever you like, she slid the basket over to Chi. Oh, thank you, she said, bending down to sift through the coats. After a moment, she found a deep red rose patterned coat. She pulled it out of the pile as she stood up. Oh, it's pretty red. Please, Tasha said, bouncing on her toes. Concerned, let her make that gem. No, it's okay. I like it anyways, she said, putting it on. So she has the red pattern, the red rose coat on, as well as the leather jacket. So she has two coats because in the city it gets really cold. At least in the setting of this. Okay. Blake walked over to them. Good. Can we go now? He asked. Yes, please. Let's get going now, Thomas said, exasperated. Jean walked over and handed Jean a pair of red leather gloves. I got these for Tasha a year ago, but they turned out to be too big for her. I think these would look good on you, he said. She taking the gloves and putting them on. Thank you, Jean. Are you seriously gonna wear a hoodie and sweatpants in this meeting? During one of the coldest nights of November, Tasha asked, looking at Ghana. There is going to be no of guns here. In like a second. Of course, hey, look, it's to conceal my guns. And the line of the wall, so I'll be fine, Ghana said. If you say so, but I would suggest you bring your coat just in case you get cold. No, she said bluntly, and then snapped her fingers and opened the portal. Now let's go. And then the group shrugged, and Thomas went through the portal first, followed by Tasha and Jean. Alright, that's your decision, but begin complaining when you get cold, Lee said, putting his arm around Jean's shoulder and going through the portal. Connor rolled her arms and walked through the portal with it closing behind her. They arrived in an alley, following behind Thomas. So, where is this meeting located? She asked. Thomas shrugged. It changes the meeting, so there's a designated guide us to the meeting location, he said. A shadow shifted in front of them. Connor instantly shifted to the handle of her guns. Tasha reached into her waistcoat and kept her hand there. Bling! A small flaming thing. She held on to his hand that was around her shoulder. Thomas and Jean stood there, unfazed. A cat-like woman stepped into the light. Oh, you guys are sharp as ever. And I see you guys grew by one. A new little fishing in the big thing. How cute. Clapped her hands together. Again, Caddy. Can we get to the meeting location now? Thomas asked, casting his eye. Like, what? Aww. You're not going to introduce me to your little fishy? She asked. Thomas saying for the group to relax. Karen taking her hands off her guns. Tasha taking her hand out of her waistcoat, which I will say it did have a knife in it. She was concealing a knife. And Blaze knocked out the flame in his hand. On to when you're calling her then, he said. Thomas. It was Thomas. Okay, he's like, oh, fine. The group followed guided through the alley. Rodale swishing back and forth. Hey, little fishy. You might want to say something for this first meet of yours. You may be in the big tank, but you're swimming with sharks now, Gabby said. Eyes chained. Aren't she? Thanks for the advice, but I think I'll do it. Let me try that again. Thanks for the advice, but I think I'll do what I want to do, she said. What a good response. You can't let yourself be pushed around by the sharks, Guy said, chuckling. After winding through the alleyways, they reached the side of a building, getting on the building instead of none. Ice peering through. So, just the ice, okay? Do you have the bloodthirsty psychos? We'll get into the explanation for that. The person asked. Getting on here, and they have a new little fishy with them. The person closed the side and opened the door. Rodale was their tattooed man. Come on, baby meeting tonight. He said, oh, I don't like the sound of that. Thomas muttered. Connor nodded with him. Yeah, there might be bloodshed. Jean looked at Blaze. Blood-thirsty psychos? They say, yeah, people get calls then, and it's because of Tasha. Explained. As they walked inside, they heard arguments and clashing metal. Oh, yeah, there's definitely gonna be bloodshed. I love the idea of it. Tasha said with a creepy excitement. Muscles man said, hope not. Last night or too many people ended up dead. Enough! Indeed, a female voice shouted, and the shouts and arguments stopped. The group had a bar area, and in the middle of the floor, a woman stood there, looking around at the other people in the room. She wore a simple black t-shirt and pants, her brown eyes piercing through the hearts of the other people. Her brown hair tied up in a ponytail. Essentially, bun down. Okay, bun down. The group sat down at the bar when the woman's gaze settled on them. Oh, finally, you're here, bloodthirsty psychos. You're the last one to join us. She said. Well, you're the one that doesn't set a specific time when we're supposed to show up. You just spontaneously night for these meetings. So yeah, we might be a little late, he said. The woman looked at Jean, looking her up and down. You got a new number? Yes. Yeah, we did. What's the problem? Thomas asked. Sure, nothing. Just surprised. You guys having a swim? The group seems kind of happy over there. You're still calling me that? Tasha beamed, practically glowing with pride. Meeting her gaze. Wait, nope, I skipped one. The woman rolled her eyes, turning her attention back to Chi. What's your name? She asked. Meeting her gaze and said, sure. She smiled. Chi. What about you? Yes. Cynthia. Metal claws shot out of her knuckles. So, basically, a female wolf. I don't know. Okay. Deal with it. Cynthia. Metal claws shot out of her Knuckles, give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you. This one I think is like the coldest line she could ever say. Gene chuckled because you could end up on the floor long before I am. Cynthia's eyes went wide. Milk claws retracting back into her skin. What an interesting claim. She said, "Oh, do you think I'm bluffing?" She asked. Cynthia looked at the others, seeing their smirks. Is she bluffing? Blaze chuckled. I hope not. Ay, ay, ay. Tasha giggled. She said, when you really don't, you shouldn't ask with. She has a really cool now, patting that top of yours, Jean said. The girl killed him in that power too. Connor added. Alcohol is also mentioned this year now in a bar scene. Not really like a bar, but alcohol is definitely been mentioned. Yeah, she's not bluffing, Thomas said, drinking a shot of whiskey and tossing the glass back onto the counter. Cynthia gave G.A. once over again and then nodded. Good. Now the meeting is starting. The other criminal factions laughed and clapped their hands, but instantly clapped. But they instantly shut up when Cynthia looked at them. Listen up. The Dark Society suppression squashes down with their so-called heroes. I want ideas on how we can destroy them. Cynthia said. We're just destroying them, taking out the pathetic heroes. One guy said, the other shouted, and the others shouted in agreement. Cynthia tried to shake her heads. You're just asking to be humiliated in front of the public. Anyone else? Please, I need a real idea, not a stupid one. We need to break their public image first. She spoke up. All eyes turned to her, confused and surprised. Cynthia turned to her with a smirk. The floor's yours. Explain to these idiots what you mean, said, stepping back. She hopped off the stool and walked to the middle of the room. The thing is, the Protected Society is respected by the public. If we were to take them down without breaking the public image, the public will see us as the bad guys. But if we break their public image first, the public will start probably hating us. We have to adjust them again when we take them down. Jane, explain. And how do you propose we do that? One guy asked. I know most of you. Know about most of you. And I know about the protection I'd be hunting. I need you down to kill you. I know this because it happened to me. Just yesterday. On my 18th birthday. She said. Okay, and another person asked. She said, you guys remember being around in a hero program like they were training us to be heroes? Everyone nodded. Well, guess what? That was a lie. A phony program. Our parents are Koreans. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Our parents are guardians and loved ones present in the program to have this guilt. They were scared of the power. They believed they would be criticized for having a dangerous child. You know, kind of thing. Okay. Angry shouts echoed through the room. Not a teen, but a third child, their parents, guardians, loved ones. Oh, I'm going to make them pay. Tasha said, giggling. Blaze lifted the flame in his hand. Yeah, same here. were too naive to see the lies. Alright, onto your own. Thomas said. Carla leaned closer to Thomas. Look at her. One day in the group and she's taken over a villain's meeting. I know. I'm proud of her, Thomas whispered. Quiet. Hear her out, Cynthia shouted. The room went silent. Here's the idea. I know that they signed a contract. Seemingly permitted the Texan side to take us. I made us when we were 18. Because it's a bad luck to kill a kid. When they would kill us. But there was a fake contract. One they would show saying it was a hero. Or if anyone asks, we need the real one. So we break into the homes. We can give up the contract. And then we upload a photo of it to their social media. Now, we need to make sure it sounds like them. So it looks like... So look into their posts, see how they type return the minions against the mastermind, she explained. What if they don't have a social media account? One person has. Then create one, but don't give them the password. The account. They're not allowed to delete the post. And when, she said, but for the ones that have accounts, change the password. And don't tell them. So, we cause panic and stress. That could be enough to you. So we're causing panic and stress, which could be enough to reveal the darkness at least to your face, right? What do we do? I don't know. Okay. They asked. She turned to him and nodded. Yep, that's the goal. What about the ones who have betrayed us? Can we kill them? One person asked. Jay shook her head. No, they need to stay alive. At least until their society is in ruins. Everyone was disgruntled by her answer. Listen, the intelligent society needs to believe it was them. That can happen if they're dead. But the sentence wasn't enough to convince them. Suck it up, Cynthia said, and that shut them up. Once the society is in the ground, then you do whatever the fuck you want to your parents or whoever took care of you. The room fell silent. Cynthia sat straight up. Good, now be quiet and listen to the grow of the brains. This plan is better than anything you idiots gonna come up with. Jesus Christ, these idiots. Now listen, we can't do it all at once. We need to do it slowly. Over the months, make it look like magic. Like the grief is getting to them. Not grief, guilt. Like the guilt is getting to them. At least 5 a month, in separate weeks and days. We need to have we have to keep everyone guessing. She continued. Cynthia leaned back in her chair. I can make a schedule for this, she said. Okay, but don't show a pattern. We need to keep suspicion of us, Cynthia said. You gotta go, Bob. I'll let you and your group go first. This woman erupted in disgruntled shouts. Cynthia slammed her fist on that was my knee. Slammed her fist down on the table. Shut the fuck up. I'm the one making the goddamn schedule, so I get to decide who goes first. So suck it up, she shouted. The disgruntled young groups quieted down into a grumbling mud. She sighed. What such a rowdy group. She muttered, okay, here's the thing. You guys plan what you want to do, but make sure they're alone. That there's only one person there. no one can confirm my presence. It's hard to prove. There's only one person. They said, playing with a small thought in his hand. We can target a weakness of theirs, make them bend to our will faster. Kind of nudge Tasha. Now we're talking. Cripple them with their leaders. Their precious treasures. She's so right. Exactly. So learn their weakness. What do they care about most? Family, money, a hobby, an item, whatever it may be. Find it and use it to your advantage. Said the room grew louder with cheers and clapping. Someone shouted from the back. From that statement, the cheers grew louder, echoing through the room. Cynthia held up her hand, and cheers instantly ceased. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. You got a lot of guts and brains, girl, but no one should know you by name. What should your code name be? A name for the public to know you by. Tell us, what do you have in mind? She said. Thinking for a moment, she looked at Cynthia whispering, Bloody Rose. A white rose of purity and innocence, splattered and drenched with spilled blood of injustice, she said. Sending the room Sydney kicked her feet up on the table, smirking. Okay, sexy, spicy, it fits you perfectly. I like it. Bloody Rose, it is. She smiled. Alright, we should get to finalizing the plan. Cynthia waved her hand dismissively. That's pretty nice of you. Let's relax for now. Grab a drink at the bar and just relax, she said. The room filled with idle chatter and she sighed. Walking back to the bar, she sat down on the stool and slid over a shot of vodka over to her. I'm not taking a shot of alcohol. I'm just... Perfect. Okay. Very sudden, pushing the glass back to Blaze. You knocked the glass back to her. Come on. You just took over a meeting that is sexy. Man that no one ever could up with. No one here could ever come up with. Take the shot, you earned it. He said, okay. She eyed the glass for a moment, and then looked up at Blaine. I'm not gonna take the shot. I'm still reeling from what happened just moments ago. The bartender leaned closer to Chi. You might as well take the shot. He's gonna keep bothering you until you do. He's pretty tipsy from 7 shots of vodka I gave him earlier. Jeez, I don't know why I don't like that Blaze. Who will leaning against his fist, right back to the bartender. That's why you like me and me shots of alcohol? She asked. I didn't know. He signed and said, fine. But she pointed to. She got another. But she pointed to Billy's and she picked up the shot glass. This is the only one I'm gonna do for you. It's the only thing I have to show you. I mean, okay. Right? Do it. Take her around. Push down the shine. The sour taste spring. Richard throat. I don't know much about alcohol. I am not even legally allowed to drink alcohol, so I have no clue if this is even accurate. So don't come for me. The sour taste burned her throat, and she she set the glass down. The bartender began to laugh. That was your first shot of alcohol, huh? Yeah, exactly. She nodded. That was true. He said that he wants soda. Yeah, she said with some soda. He said things. She said things about soda. The face of the soda soothed the sting of the alcohol in her throat. Lace chuckled. That was awesome. Bartender, no one shut the fuck up. The bartender chuckled. Sarcasm. Yeah, no. He said, a glass of a soda in front of him. You're sobered up right now. We're almost done, I promise. Hang tight. Nice Grundon. You're a fun man. Yeah, and I don't care. Cough. After a half hour, the bloodthirsty cycles returned to their safe house. Thomas and James, getting still tipsy, played grumbling incoherently. Lisa, pat his back. Alright, big guy. Thomas pat his back. Alright, big guy, let's get to bed. I still don't believe he's still drunk after having soda before we left. Jane commented. That was strong. You know it takes a little longer for the alcohol to leave the system. He said, says the one with a high alcohol tolerance. Connor shouted. I hate you too, Connor. Thomas shouted back. No, you don't. Connor shouted back. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We're almost done. We're almost nearly there. Nearly there. Okay. Jane looked at her confused. Thomas has a high alcohol tolerance. She has time, you don't eat shots of whiskey and these barely just big. Do you two have high alcohol tolerance? Jane, yes, looking between Kana and Tasha. No, I'm not allowed to have alcohol anymore, Tasha said. She furrowed her man. I'm afraid to ask why. And her brow. I'm afraid to ask why. Yeah, I nearly murdered everyone in the room last time. I had too much. She looked at Connor like, is that true? Unfortunately, it is true. And my alcohol, I wanted to 6 feet on that. I am way too, I don't know, too shots of strong liquor. And then I'm blackout drunk. I was also told that my teleportation powers don't work when I'm drunk. Kind of said, wow, that's interesting. What about Jean? Jean asked. Oh, he doesn't like the taste of alcohol. Oh, I just realized. She said she was 18. Gee, and she just. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, he just doesn't like the taste of alcohol. Kind of said. Jean and Thomas returned from Lisa's room. I heard my name, and yes, I don't like the taste of alcohol. That is one of the types. Never mind. Okay. Jean, I guess that's just you. Also, I'm wondering my year code names. I don't know this, okay? Hold on. I'm Snap Happy. Or Psycho Killer, just Snap Happy. But personally, I like Snap Happy. Because it describes me the best. Tasha said, sure. Anyways, I'm tired. Good night now. They turned around and headed to her room. Oh, good night, Tasha. Tasha was back with a smile on her face. Good night, Tasha. Good night. Okay, anyway. Jean is smiling. Tasha said, good night, Jean. Jean. Her room closed behind her. What about the rest of you? She asked. That's gone. The public knows me as Mr. Unknown. She raised an eyebrow. Mr. Unknown? Yeah, yeah, the public doesn't know his power, and neither do we, but yet they're afraid of him. Connor explained. Yeah, which doesn't make sense. This guy is not that scary. Okay, the both of you, I'm going to bed now. I said quickly leaving. Connor, yeah, alright. Good night, Mr. Unknown. Screw you, Connor. Thomas shouted from the end of the hallway. She and Jean sighed in unison. Anyways, I'm known as Jen. Or Trixie. Depends on who you talk to, anyways. Jean said, yeah, that's something that suits you perfectly. Yeah, the others get names that suit them. Well, I get Portal Girl, which just makes me, just because I make portals and not much action. It's ridiculous. Kind of interjected. Well, at least it's nice. She said, smiling. Gosh, it's not like I can come up with anything better. What about Blaze? She asked. Kyle leaned forward, one hand cupped around her mouth. He's one of the most weird people next to weird people ever next to Cynthia. Everyone knows him as the Cremator. Chinga softly. We're smiling widely. That's the best name for him. Some kind of lowered her hands right now. Yeah. I mean, just burn everything in the pan. Jean stretches over his head. Alright, it's getting late. I'm going to bed. I was done. Yeah, me too. Yeah, you too. Kind of said, turn around, walking towards the hallway. And yawn. Convenient time. Yeah. Yep. Good night. Head towards his room. She yawned as well. And looked in the hell to Blaze's room, because she does not have her own room. She opened the door and walked inside, seeing Blaze face down on his bed. He was snoring loudly, his right side of his body dangling on the bed. She yelled out the sign, closed the door behind her, walked over and sat down on his bed with a spare mattress. And that is where we're at. Okay, well, bye. I hope you like this. Bye.